Hi, today I'm going to talk about how I became a writer, my journey from way back when to now, when I'm on the verge of publishing. Okay, so when I was a kid, my parents didn't get me a phone or a laptop until I was very, very much older than all of the rest of the kids. Like, I would beg her, I want a laptop. I remember one Christmas I was like, I want nothing else but a phone, please. And I wrote it in my letter to Santa Christmas. Yeah, but I understand now why my parents didn't get me technology until late 13, 14. It's because, and I'm thankful for them, it's because when I was growing up, I had nothing to do. So I had to create my own entertainment, and that became writing and reading all day, just reading. I'd read 13 hours a day, just read. At this 7 hour mark, I'd feel my eyes getting tired, I'd feel my brain getting tired. I get to a point where there's like a feeling of your brain being tired. I don't know if you've ever had that, if you've read so long that your brain is just like, nah, no more. And I always got to that point. And I painted a little, but painting kind of just drifted away. But the one thing that I mostly did was write. And I suppose it makes sense, since writing is one of my really strong interests. I wouldn't say it's a passion like dancing, but I still love it so much, and I love literature, and I love how words can create and conjure such a beautiful image. I don't know, that's more poetry, but my writing is very poetical, flowery, if you will. Poetical, is that word? But yeah, I would write, and I wrote it called The Dancing Ghosts when I was about 10 years old. I think I was 8 to 10 years old. No, I was 10. And by that point, I was pretty much the top of my class in English. And because I read all day, I would read and be like, what the fuck does this word mean? And I'd look it up. And then I just keep reading and learning more and more vocabulary. Basically, I always had a very big imagination growing up, and I needed to channel that into something, and that came into the form of my book, my very first book that I'm probably never going to publish. I might, but it was my first one. It was the building blocks. It's called The Dancing Ghosts, and I had so much fun with it. I actually wrote about 25,000 words. I was so surprised when I went back and I found that I'd written 25,000 words. I was like, that's like just above a novella length. Like, I was like, okay, sheesh, let's go. But yeah, I've always loved writing, and growing up, that never stopped. My reading stopped after I got a phone, and I kind of became addicted to it a little bit. But now I'm reading again, trying to cut down my screen time. But for my entire adolescence, basically, I just stopped reading. Yeah, throughout my adolescence, I stopped reading, but I kept on writing. That never stopped. There was this website called Wattpad, and I'd read all sorts of fun stories. I learned about a lot on that website. But yeah, I wrote all the time, every day, fan fictions. And yeah, I unfortunately gained that Wattpad writing style for a little bit, because that's all I read, so my writing style kind of went down into that area. But I'm glad that I never stopped, because my first book actually originated on Wattpad. I'm not gonna reveal the title yet, but it's coming out soon, so Yeah, it started on Wattpad, and originally it wasn't going to be a book. It was going to be just a side project, a fun thing to do because I enjoyed it. It was never supposed to be a published book. And when it turned into that, when I got to the like chapter 13, I was like, oh, this could go somewhere. This could be a thing. So yeah, I just kept on writing and writing and writing. And I started in 2015. And so basically, I started when I was 13 years old. And I'm still going. I'm just finishing up the first part now. And I'm 19. So it's been a while. It's 2022. It's been about 7 years. But I enjoy it, and I'm thankful to my parents for allowing me that period to grow and to find my passions. And yeah, for the past few months, I think, since the start of this year, I've been researching self-publishing, and I have learned everything about it, basically. Well, everything, that's a bold statement. But all the things that I need to, formatting, website, costs of everything, and various other writing tips along the way, like the Brandon Sanderson lectures. And I think I've improved, not in my writing style, which I'll get to in a bit, but in my knowledge of the entire industry. I feel like as long as I understand what publishers in publishing houses can do, if I understand their advertising techniques, if I understand the standards of the industry, where the title on the page needs to be placed, the basic standards that make something look professional. If I understand everything that the publishing houses do, and if I do it as a self-published author, I think that's good, you know, like self-publishing gets a bad rep because it's unprofessional. It looks unprofessional, and usually it doesn't go through rounds of editing, but I will make my book the best that it can be. And to generate money to write, to go through, to send it to all 3 editing stages, copy, line, and developmental. Switch that order. I'm gonna try and do crypto, you know. I have enough money to scrape the fuck by, but I need more. So we'll see. I probably will make more videos outlining all the things I've learned, like different subjects on self-publishing, because I know so much at this point, like I could make whole videos on it, so I'm grateful and I'm proud of myself for learning all that I have, you know. It's been good. And my skirt just came undone. Okay, my writing style. Basically, when I was growing up, even though I stopped reading physical books, I would read Wattpad books where the vocab was terrible and everyone had the damn same writing style, mediocre fanfiction level shit. But even after that, like through that and after that, all since childhood, my writing style has improved day by day and developed and matured, and I haven't done anything specifically to do that. It's just as I've grown up, my style has changed with me. As I've learned more vocabulary, it's grown and expanded and become a lot more professional. And I love the way I write. Like, I enjoy metaphors, and it's poetic, and you could say it borders on purple prose sometimes, which it doesn't. It's just very, very poetic. I try and cut out the bits that make absolutely no sense to beta readers, the purple prose bit. It's just, I love the way it's never been difficult for me. It flows from my brain. I see an image in my head of this is an example. I saw a floating willow tree in the breeze, and I was just like, okay, metaphor. And because I'm good at writing at this point, I could just create magic out of random ass image in my head. Like, I could turn it into words. I can make something sound beautiful and describe it well to the T. And I'd say the way I'm talking about it now, I always say that I don't have a passion for writing, and it's not on the level of dancing, but I'd say that I really do have some kind of passion for writing. I always called it a strong interest, but the way I'm talking about it now, I'm kind of realizing that it is a little bit of a passion. I feel reading makes me feel peaceful, writing makes me feel satisfied, and dancing makes me happy, overwhelmingly happy. But not to like a bad overwhelmingly, just intense happiness. But I love it so much. And the fact that I've sat here and kept talking and there are barely going to be no cuts in this video can show you how much I know and think about this, and how I'm not stalling for words about this particular subject. Yeah. I think I'll do a whole separate video on the creation of my first book. But that was the basic backstory of it. Yeah. When it comes to my book that's gonna come out very soon, hopefully, it was over a time in my life that was quite turbulent. Obviously, all adolescences of people around the world are difficult. Everyone goes through shit. But I feel like I believe, and my dad believes in astrology, that if you have a hard time when you're growing up, in your childhood, then in your future life it will be better. And my chart says that I'm going to be wealthy and stuff, which I'm very happy about. And I absolutely believe, no, I know I'm going to be wealthy. Number one, I'm determined. Number two, I'm passionate and creative. And these are the recipe for a money. But money isn't my main goal. As I said in my first ever vlog, my passions will always be my main priority. I want to do what I love and love what I do. I want to feel happy and passionate and loving every day. And money, though we could all use more money, and I want more money obviously to buy myself nice things like perfume and silk and shit. My passions mean more to me, which is why I'm hoping that my book will do well, and it says in my astrology chart that it will, so we'll see. Yeah. I'm probably gonna think of more things to say after this, and I might add it to the video, but right now I think I've said everything. Okay, so bye.